This is Hayla.
Hello, everyone. Today, I have a pleasure to speak with Hayla Wong, who is based in Colorado.
Thank you. And thanks for having me for this interview. My story, it started a little over a year ago, and I was completely out of alignment in my life. Just to paint a little picture, I was 22 at the time. I was married to someone who was actually very emotionally abusive. But it looked like my life was perfect. I had, the loving husband, all the things that I thought I wanted, fancy cars, fancy condo, nice clothing. And I was so unhappy. I was feeling my soul sort of dying inside. And on a career level, I was on my way to law school, and I was going to move to Washington and pursue that, mostly actually to make my family happy. My family is a bunch of lawyers. My now ex-husband, as you'll learn, really wanted me to be a lawyer. So I was living my life for other people. I wasn't living something that made me feel good and that I felt like I had control over. And then I had this moment of realization that I was giving my power away to other people. I was so unhappy and something needed to change. And it took so much energy, so much recognition that I deserved something better. But I got my divorce. It was incredibly scary at that point. I got a divorce. I moved in with my mom. I dropped out of law school and I started just working on my own healing and coming back into alignment with my own truth, standing behind it, and claiming to the world that I am worthy of everything that I want and deserve, and I can have it all. And so that really led me down this path of my own personal development. And from that place, I've been able to help other people because we're all mirrors to one another. Every time I help myself, I feel like I can help another person.
So, like you found the personal growth is a way to find the happiness. Although you have everything like in the material world. So from the outside, my looks, she's very happy. But then you find that you want to do something different. So can you let us know how you became coach, who you are today, so and how you are helping people to realize actually that there is a much more than just have a material things which maybe make us happy for a short period of time, but then after some time we realize this is not actually something we have to be focused on. There's so much more. So how that journey was in your case, and how you actually are helping your clients to be part of the same journey, maybe.
Yeah, absolutely. So, when that all happened, I lost everything, materially speaking. Everything I thought that I had wasn't mine anymore. And so I had to really turn within and be like, what's actually meaningful? And I do absolutely believe that you can have everything that you want materially speaking. Absolutely. But do so from a place of total self-fulfillment, you would be fine. So through my process, I was taking some online courses for manifesting the things that I want. Like I was putting stuff on my vision board, like the car and the house and the travel. And that actually showed me in my life that I didn't want to go to law school and like prosecute abusive men, because I felt like that was what I wanted to do at the time. I kind of had a lot of vengeance. I was like, I'm gonna really show the world. I realized that I actually wanted to empower people, especially women, and help us heal the wounds between men and women and our inability to coexist with each other in healthy ways. So that was really my process. Pretty much within 2 months of leaving my ex-husband, I'm certified in NLP, neuro-linguistic programming, and hypnosis, EFT, time techniques. And at the same time, I was also practicing a lot of yoga and really going into embodiment and like meditation and really mindfulness. So in my practice, I do a lot of like mindset stuff. So we'll like talk through things and overcome limiting beliefs by looking at them and breaking them down and reaching through them on a subconscious level. And then I also incorporate some spiritual principles around your energy, your soul, and what that really feels like in your body, and how we sit with that. So the way that I work with my clients, you're trying to manifest stuff in your life and you don't actually know what you want, and it doesn't actually feel good in who you are, in your like energetic signature in this world, then it's not going to come easy. Or when it happens, like having all those things, then you're actually still not going to be happy. So first, like coming into full self-recognition, self-worth, and seeing that is how I help people.
Do you think the reason why people think that they have to follow somebody else's people's dreams, maybe their parents' dreams, or maybe society or people who surrounding us, affect the decision we made as a young people, and then we find actually wake up call, hey, this is not your life, this is somebody else's personal life, and you have to live your life, because otherwise you are wasting your time. And that wake up call, for some people come earlier, for some people come later, for some people never come. So what will be your suggestion for the people who might feel the similar pain as you felt before you made the decision to leave security, all material things, which are great basically, but something else was missing, and start from the scratch, something completely new, where there is no security, no safety at all, but still you decided to go in that direction. So for the people who are watching this video who might feel the same, what will be your recommendation, how they can find actually the courage and energy in themselves to start to live their own life instead of following what other people expect from them to be and who they are not actually?
Yeah, the first thing, and this is hard for a lot of people, is to admit that you are not okay, that there is actually something wrong. I think especially in the personal development world, we like to look at the bright side and be grateful and all of that. But that has a way of bypassing those conditions that aren't actually serving us and don't feel good. And so that was part of my process of being like, oh, actually, even though there are all of these good things in my life, there's also all this bad, and I get to have everything I want. I deserve everything I want. And so actually, and this is, we'll talk about this in a minute, but this is actually the second week in my group program, is actually getting angry about what's wrong in your life, actually getting into that sense of, this is happening to me right now, that sometime at some point in my life, I gave away my power to someone else, that I let my life get to this point where it's hurting me. It's actually hurting me. It's not just, whatever, fine. It's actually hurting me in my radiance and who I am supposed to be in this world. We need to let ourselves be everything that we are. And I think society teaches us not to. Society teaches us to just follow the status quo because that's what makes society work. But we're also meant to disrupt it in a massive, massive way by claiming who we are. And anyways, this is a tangent, but I think that the biggest, the most terrifying, challenging thing that you can do in this world, the most rebellious thing, is to be yourself. That is my mission and purpose, I feel like, in this life.
Very exciting to challenge status quo. Welcome to the club of people who are doing so. Okay, so let's talk about your next project. So if you can share with us what kind of program you are planning to have. You mentioned before this interview that there's going to be some group work and starting from March. So for all people who might consider to join you, can you share more information? What kind of group work you are planning to do, where, how they can apply, and how long it's going to take, and what is the transformation they might get from working in that workshop as well?
Yeah, so I have a program that I call Alchemize and coming out. I mean, it's available right now, but it starts on March 3rd, and it is a 5-week transformation process of, again, shifting your circumstances in life from one that isn't serving you to one that is of your creation, that you have full agency around and actually feel fulfilled and want to live. So, going from a place of living for other people, giving your power away, and shifting towards taking full responsibility and having the courage to fulfill what your soul is actually calling you to do. So many of us don't actually listen to that. And there's a voice inside of you that tells you. And so, what happens when you actually give yourself permission to go there? We have 5 weeks. It's really actual. We work through 4 different elements and the energies of that, how to embody that and use it for your empowerment. So, the first transformative week is Earth, where we root into responsibility. Like, how are we actually in the driver's seat of our own life? Really finding the difference between responsibility and blame. That is so crucial in this process and so healing for people who carry too much on their shoulders. Or for people who are saying that, oh, it's the world's fault. I'm a victim of all of this. So breaking through that mindset of victimhood. The second week, as I already mentioned, is rage. So we use that fire energy to pull us out of a place of oppression and destroy everything, burn up everything that isn't serving us. The third week is water. It is forgiveness, is letting go to things that have just, run their course in our life, just letting them go. And this can be in any area of your life. So this is also, we co-create how this looks like in your life. What area? Is it your relationships? Is it your finances? Is it your career? Is it your health and fitness even? And then the last week is Rise, and that's really where you integrate all of these and you expand. You let yourself speak your truth, and you stand in your soul purpose. I talk about this a lot. You stand in your soul purpose, and you become a leader in integrity and in your sovereign truth. So to find that, I guess I'll give you the link for that, and you can share that with whoever's watching. We start on March 3rd.
Do you have any other plan for this year? So how do you see your business is going to develop in this year? What is the vision of you, maybe by end of this year and maybe in the next few years? How do you see your business, yourself, your community to grow?
So for this year, I'm absolutely going to continue with this program and doing one-on-one coaching that I also do. And my greater vision is actually, it's kind of a shift from what I'm doing right now, but I really want to create actual social clubs. And I don't like the word club, but social gathering spaces where like-minded individuals can create community with one another. In my short time doing coaching online in this space, there's such a way, and this is so beautiful that we can connect across the world virtually, but I'll forget about one-on-one interaction, tangible, human interaction. So my big vision is to create a network of these spaces where teachers and leaders can host workshops and offer this to their members who are, ready to become the best expression of themselves and expand their mindset and also contribute to society in a valuable, progressive way. Because I think society is evolving and it starts with the individual. That's my grand vision.
And now it's time for some surprising question because, to don't follow just the script. If you will be born again, and if you cannot be born again as a human, but just like an animal, what kind of animal you want to be in your next life?
I think some sort of a bird. I think it would be amazing to fly. An owl, maybe. Yeah. And because you can see everything. Really good vision, fly. Yeah.
Amazing. And for my last question is for all people who are in our group and who like have problems in relationship. Based on your experience, like do you think when the relationship doesn't going well and you see like you are not growing and that person is not growing with you, is better to quit that kind of relationship, or is better to try to do everything to communicate and see if something can be changed? I know it's a difficult topic for you, but like many people who might have the same issue or problem, they just want to know what kind of what is the best approach to follow? Just follow your heart, or what is the best way to get out from that uncomfortable relationship and actually start to be happy?
Say the first thing is to know whether it's just a relationship problem or a respect problem. You know, if you're being completely disrespected and in my situation, emotionally abused in a way that was incredibly traumatic, then no, don't work on it. You do not need to prove anything to anybody. You don't need to show that you're committed or that you love this person. You've shown that enough. And you're worth so much more. So anyone who has ever been in a toxic relationship, you deserve so much more than that. If it is actually just a communication issue, there are so many amazing people out there doing relationship coaching work. I have listened to so many podcasts on how we can meet each other and our needs in a way that is honoring ourselves and honoring the other person and this relationship that we've created. There's so many people. Can I recommend some people to listen to, like podcasts?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
So my favorite is well, on Instagram there's the Rising Woman account. It's just at Rising Woman, and they talk a lot about codependency and, you know, conscious relationships. And then also Mark Groves, his Instagram is Create the Love, and he has this amazing podcast that I have found so much inspiration from and peace of mind from, because it teaches how to be yourself and love people at the same time. So again, it's all dependent on how that relationship actually is. But if you love someone, absolutely work on it. Build the tools. No one teaches us how to be in relationship. Like, schools don't teach you how to love people. They teach you like how to do your maths tables and like memorize all the countries in Africa, but they don't teach you how to love in a true and proper form.
Thank you for sharing, Hayla. So for all of you guys who are watching this video, please take a look in the comments. So there will be the new program, Mastering Your Energy, which will start from March 3rd. And it's going to take 4 weeks. And it sounds really amazing. So it's a very structured program. And for all of you who think might be something you need now at the moment, please reach out directly to Hayla or subscribe and enjoy the program. And I wish you all the best and great transformation in your relationship, in your life, social life, personal life, finance, everything you think is very important for you at the moment. Hayla, thank you so much for this beautiful storytelling. You did a very brave move from like very corporate and safe to something which is not safe at all, but like you follow your heart, your dreams, and also you put a lot of emotion and love into. So I believe it will be very successful, or enjoy the journey. If you need any help from our community, please be free to reach out to us. And if you have any podcast show, anything you think it's good to share, of course, share with us. And I invite all people in our group and all people who are watching this video to catch up with you and see how you guys can work together, help each other, support each other, market each other, and grow together. Thank you, Hayla.
Thank you so much.